November 2005, the wrestling world was about to lose one of its brightest and most beloved stars. Eddie Guerrero, adored by millions for his charisma and heart, was about to face his final and most tragic moment. This is the story of the day. WWE lost Latino Heat forever. To understand the loss, you first have to understand the man. Eddie Guerrero wasn't just another wrestler. He was a symphony of charisma, born into the legendary Guerrero wrestling family. Wrestling was his birthright, a craft he mastered by blending the high-flying art of lucha libre with American showmanship. He called himself Latino Heat, a perfect description of the fire in his eyes and the passion that fueled him. Fans were captivated by his mantra, "I lie, I cheat, I steal." It was a villain's creed, but with Eddie, it was an invitation. He made the audience his partner in crime, and they cheered him for it. But the real triumph of his story was his comeback. After being released from WWE in 2001 due to a battle with addiction, he fought his way back, not just to the company, but to himself. Shortly before his death, he had proudly celebrated 4 years of sobriety, an inspiring journey chronicled in his autobiography, Cheating Death, Stealing Life. For all his victories in the ring, Eddie's hardest fights were with himself. For years, he waged a silent war against his personal demons, battling a crippling addiction to alcohol and painkillers. Though he had achieved sobriety, the war had left scars. The physical toll of being a professional wrestler, combined with years of substance abuse, had worn his body down in ways no one could fully see. Fellow wrestlers described seeing him backstage, his body twisted in agony, barely able to move. But the moment the curtain parted and the roar of the crowd hit him, he would transform. The limp would vanish, replaced by his signature swagger. The pain in his eyes would be replaced by the fire of Latino Heat. This incredible determination to perform for his fans was his gift, but it was also his curse. His heart, which was so big he could entertain thousands while in unimaginable pain, was working overtime just to keep up. The final day, November 13th, 2005, after a televised victory on SmackDown, Eddie Guerrero traveled to Minneapolis for a WWE event. He was at the top of his game, sober, beloved, and reportedly on the verge of winning the World Heavyweight Championship once again. On Saturday, he and his nephew, Chavo Guerrero Jr., checked into the Marriott City Center Hotel, planning to meet the next morning. But on Sunday, November 13th, 2005, that meeting never happened. A wake-up call to Eddie's room went unanswered. A knock on the door was met with silence. Hotel security was called, and Chavo accompanied them to open the door. Eddie was found unconscious on the bathroom floor, toothbrush in hand. Chavo desperately administered CPR, but it was too late. Eduardo "Gory" Guerrero Lanes was pronounced dead at the scene. He was 38 years old. The news hit the wrestling world like a shockwave. Backstage, the chaotic world of WWE fell silent. Wrestler Matt Hardy recalled the disbelief and described a ton of tears flowing as Eddie's peers were left heartbroken. The World Heavyweight Champion, Batista, broke down on camera, remembering his friend. But the most gut-wrenching moment came from Eddie's best friend, Chris Benoit, who sobbed openly, unable to find the words. It was a profound public display of grief that no one who saw it will ever forget. In the wake of the tragedy, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon considered canceling the shows. Chavo insisted Eddie would want the show to go on. The scheduled broadcasts for Raw and SmackDown were transformed into tribute shows. The night began with the entire roster on stage in silence as McMahon announced the devastating news to the world. Eddie's death was a major wake-up call for the industry he loved, pushed WWE to implement its talent wellness policy in 2006. It's a program of health monitoring and drug testing designed to protect future generations of performers. His legacy also echoed through his friends. At WrestleMania 22, just months after his passing, his best friend Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Championship in an emotional tribute. That same year, Eddie was posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, a final, fitting honor for a man who gave everything to the business. Eddie Guerrero's story is one of spectacular triumph and devastating tragedy. He conquered his personal demons, but couldn't escape the damage they left behind. He was a master entertainer who made audiences laugh, a brilliant wrestler who made them gasp, and a vulnerable human being who made them feel. His life is a stark reminder of the pain that can hide behind a performance. He may have lied, cheated, and stolen his way into the hearts of millions. But he did it with a love for his craft and his fans that made him one of wrestling's most cherished icons. As Eddie once said himself, "I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, but I have the biggest heart." No truer words were ever spoken. Viva la Raza.